the all-new 2024 Mazda CX-90. Hello and welcome to the video. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Today I'm back at Wayne Mazda in Wayne, New Jersey. We're taking a look at the 2024 Mazda CX-90 with the Turbo and Premium Plus package and all-wheel drive. Mazda just dropped the mic. Let's dive in and see what they just pulled off. So what we have here is the next generation Mazda front end. The grille keeps the same shape as the typical Mazda grille, which is this stretched pentagon kind of shape. The gloss black inserts are a new design element. They run vertically instead of horizontal and look very robust, kind of like an iron gate. Next, let's look at the lighting arrangement. Recent Mazdas have had very long and slim headlight housings, but that's changed on the CX-90. Starting with the curved daytime running light, it has that same shape that I previously said looks like BMW, but instead of two of that shape side by side, now they're stacked. The housing as a whole is now a lot more square shaped. The lights are projector beam LEDs. Now they did something really cool with the turn signals. They incorporated this strip of LED lighting into the chrome edge of the grille, and this light doubles as both the turn signal and an extension of the other daytime running lights. Dropping down to the bumper, Mazda made these sculpted side air vents that are fully functional. They're quite interesting because you typically see these vents on the edge of the bumper and not so far inward. At the bottom is a strip of chrome, and beneath that is a flat black finish that isn't very visible but will be able to take a beating. And above is a massive intake for that turbo inline 6-cylinder engine. Turning to the side, the first thing you'll notice is just how massive this thing is, both longer and wider than the CX-9. A design element that really elevates the car to luxury car appearance is this elongated hood that stretches the dash to axle ratio, giving the car more rear wheel drive proportions. And it's important to note that this car is built on a rear wheel drive bias platform. The hood is also longer because an inline 6-cylinder takes up more room in the engine bay than a V6. Mazda wants to make sure everyone is aware of that new inline 6, so there's these badges located on the fenders that say inline 6. There's power folding mirrors with LED indicators. Adding to the very luxurious appearance of the Premium Plus is that everything is painted. No flat black anywhere on the side. The wheel arches and rocker panels are all painted the same color as the rest of the car, and nothing looks cheap. Also on that rocker panel is this chrome strip that flares out the end and says Mazda. Very premium looking. Mazda has stayed true to its signature smooth and elegant styling, no sharp creases or angles on the side of the vehicle. There's more chrome going along the top of the window trim, and speaking of the windows, let me show you a little trick my man Carlos from Wayne Mazda showed me. When the car is locked, if you press the unlock button on the key fob 4 times and hold on the 4th, all the windows and moonroof will open. We've seen this from other manufacturers for a long time, but apparently Mazdas couldn't previously do this. Taking a look at the wheels, this is a 10-spoke, 21-inch wheel with a rather unique design. Typically, you see alloy wheels with small black inserts, but this is really the opposite. The silver part of the wheel only comes about halfway towards the center, and the wheel is mostly black. It's certainly different. Do you like the wheels? Let me know down in the comments. The tires this is riding on are 275/45 Falcon ZX CT60 all-season tires. The rear of the car is also unique looking. Starting from the quarter panel angle, when you look from the side profile, the part where the bottom of the rear glass meets the tailgate bulges out quite a bit from the rest of the back end. It almost makes the car look like a lifted version of the Mazda 3 hatch. Now, unlike the headlights, the taillights are very long and just scream BMW M4, exactly like the M4. Not a bad thing. The LED turn signals have that same blinking sequence like other Mazdas where the light fades out slowly after it comes on. Very clean styling on the bumper. The very bottom has just a little bit of flat black, which towards the bottom is good. It won't get scratched up. And it's finished with a chrome strip running across. There is no visible exhaust. Opening up the power liftgate, off to the right is a 120 volt home power outlet and a 12 volt. To the left is a small storage compartment and a hook for a bag. Under the floor, there's a jack set and a little bit of extra storage. There's 15.9 cubic feet of space with the seats up, 40 cubic feet of space with the third row down, and 75.2 with all seats folded down. And a quick shout out to this video sponsor, CarCover.com. They're offering all my viewers 15% off everything on their site, including this heavy-duty 5-layer weatherproof cover for your specific make and model with promo code OPTICAL. Link down in the description. Taking a look under the hood here is a 3.3 liter liter turbocharged inline 6-cylinder engine, putting out 340 horsepower and 369 pound-feet of torque, and that's paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission with all-wheel drive. 0 to 60 takes 6.6 seconds. Fuel economy ratings are combined 25 miles per gallon, that's 23 in the city, 28 on the highway, and the capacity of the fuel tank is 19.6 gallons. If you're enjoying this review, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more weekly videos. Now make no mistake, the Mazda CX-90 is a luxury car. Not just premium, not just trying to be luxury. This is a real luxury car, and when you see some of the things on the interior, you'll understand why. Now, I said in a recent video that the Kia Telluride had the most upscale interior in the midsize 3-row segment, but that I hadn't seen the CX-90 yet, so I'd leave that out of it. Well, I was 100% right to say that, because this is the best, and the Telluride doesn't even come close. I'd even go as far to say that this interior is just as good, if not better, than the Acura MDX Type S in my last video. Mazda's already had nice premium interiors, but now they just stepped into a new tier. So let's get into it. The dashboard is made of this very thick soft touch plastic. Just below that is something quite unique. The middle part of the dash is finished in this white fabric with this simplistic stitching going across. According to Mazda, the white fabric is inspired by Japanese hand weaving, and its purpose is to be something inside the cabin that is easy on the eyes and reduces fatigue. Just like on the exterior, you'll find a good amount of chrome trim on the interior, and it looks great but also feels high-end too. On the door panel, soft touch on top as expected, and then here comes the biggest shock on this interior, and that's this trim right here. This is real maple wood inside this CX-90. Yeah, you heard that correctly. There's real maple wood trim, and it's everywhere. The center console, which is fairly large by the way, is completely covered in this wood trim. No flat black, no plastic, none of that. There's also a new shift lever here we haven't seen before. Back to the door panel, there's this really detailed piece of chrome trim separating the wood from more of that fabric underneath it. The armrest is leather and double stitched running up the grab handle. The seats are upholstered in this white Nappa leather and are both heated and ventilated up front with 2 memory settings for the driver. The steering wheel is finished in black leather and to me looks slightly out of place. I think if it was white too, it would really complete the appearance of the interior. There's some nice white contrast stitching running along the inside of it, and the best part is that it's power tilting and telescoping, which is a very premium feature that you can't even get in a lot of luxury cars. The buttons to the left control phone, audio, and the digital gauge display, and the buttons on the right are for adaptive cruise control and your lane keep assist. The wheel is also heated. Speaking of the digital gauge display, it's a 12.3-inch screen, and it's the first fully digital display in Mazda's lineup. It has your speedometer, it can go through some different information including different drive modes when you're selecting through them. Up above is a head-up display that can also show a lot of the same info like speed, audio, and navigation. Turning to the main center display, it's another large 12.3-inch screen, and now let's address the controversial question. Did Mazda finally go touchscreen? Well, yes and no. So just like the new CX-50, the CX-90 has a screen that uses the usual dial for navigation through the Mazda interface of the infotainment system. But when using Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, it does become a touchscreen for that. Now it's a huge step in the right direction because people basically use CarPlay or Android Auto to do everything. You'd really only need to exit out to change some vehicle settings or maybe pair a device. But Mazda, please listen to me. Y'all need to get rid of that dial. It's 2024. I've learned in my comments from my previous Mazda videos that the dial for the infotainment is a deal breaker for a lot of people. I personally think it's a dumb reason to not buy a car you otherwise like, but it's that serious for some people. The display features very clear camera views for both forward-facing, reverse, and 360. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, Bluetooth audio, Sirius XM, and a Mazda navigation system are all included. The audio in the car comes from a 12-speaker Bose sound system. Let's take a quick listen. Very solid system with very punchy but controlled power. Safety features of the CX-90 include smart brake support, front and rear cross traffic alert, lane keep assist, collision mitigation, and radar cruise control. Storage space up front includes a large felt-lined glove box, and inside the center console is shockingly small, with 2 USB-C ports and a SD card slot. Not sure what went wrong here, but you can't put much in there. Up at the front is a 12-volt and wireless charger. Up above is a sunglass holder, as well as seatbelt warning lights for rear passengers, and a nice large panoramic moonroof. The climate controls are straightforward and simple to use, and I'm happy to see Mazda went with a symmetrical setup for the air vents. They've done some weird things with that on some of their other cars. So now in the second row at 6 feet tall, with the driver's seat adjusted for myself, I've got plenty of room, 39.4 inches of legroom. So the Preferred Plus trim comes with captain's chairs for the second row, making the total passenger volume 6. But in other trims, the CX-90 can accommodate up to 8 people. These captain's chairs have their own second row center console, and the inside is huge. This is what should be up front. I don't understand what happened. And there's another compartment below with even more storage. Anyway, in the center at the bottom is the control center for the rear climate controls, as well as the heated and ventilated second row seats. Can't get rear ventilated seats in the Acura MDX. Also in the second row are manual sunshades for the windows. Now back in the third row, the space isn't bad. I can sit back here without my knees touching. On each side is 2 cup holders and a USB-C. MSRP of this Mazda CX-90 Turbo Premium Plus all-wheel drive is $61,920. Big thank you to Wayne Mazda for allowing me to come out today to show you guys the brand new CX-90. They're located on Route 23 in Wayne, so stop by if you're in North Jersey or the New York City metro area. And when you get there, make sure you ask for Carlos Estevez. Let me know your thoughts on the CX-90 down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please share with a friend and subscribe. It'll really help the channel grow. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys later.